Hello, Taylor Ellwood here, and welcome to part two of how to use Goodreads. So today what we're going to do is we're going to explore how to use Goodreads as an author. Last time what I did is I gave you a general overview of Goodreads, and I showed you some of the different resources that were there and some of the ways that you could use this site. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to discuss how to use the author dashboard more effectively to make people aware of your books. So if we go to the author dashboard, this is available to you as an author. And you can see here some of the different books that I've written. And what I like to do is I like to go and do a couple different activities in regards to my books. So I'm going to go here to the Zombie Apocalypse Call Center because this will show you the things that some examples. So here I've got 25 ratings, and what I've done is on here I've gone ahead and I've liked activities that my friends have done. And I have liked the reviews, the good reviews. I don't like the reviews that are 3, 2, or 1 stars, of course, because that's really not worth it. Um, the other thing that I will do is I will comment on 5-star reviews, and the reason why I'm liking the reviews and commenting on the reviews is because of the fact that I want this activity to show up in the stream for my followers, the people who are following me, because then it basically is putting my book front and center for those people. So that way they're able to see my activity and it reminds them about my books. So this is a great way for you as an author to use this site. And, so as an example, here's the comment that I posted here. Thank you for the review. I'm glad you like the audiobook version. Not anything like too dynamic. I mean, but it's still one of those cases where it's calling attention to things like that. So I'll go ahead and like these things. And as I said, I comment on the 5-star. You can comment even on the 4-star, I suppose, but I generally want to comment on that. You'll also notice that I did a review of the book. Now, I want to be very clear, I didn't actually review the book. What I did is I took an excerpt from the book and I shared the excerpt on here. Why did I do that? Well, again, it's another way for if people are checking this book out on Goodreads, it gives them a little taste of the book. And you'll note I did not rate the book. You never want to rate the book, because if you rate the book, that's a big no-no, and we don't want to do that. So this is an example here. So what I'm going to do now is let's go back to the author dashboard here. And I'm going to show you kind of the activity that you could do. And this is something where, this is something where you could go and do this like, once a week or a couple times a week. Just go on and check if you have a number of books, or you can do it every day if you want to, which is kind of what I'm doing right now as I catch up on some of these. Let's see here. I've gone through and I've gotten to this page, so we're going to go to page 3. So again, on here, I have a few of my different books. I'm going to go here to the Magic of Writing. And what I'm going to do is go in here, and again, I haven't reviewed it, but other people have. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here. I'm going to go ahead and like this because, hey, again, just kind of shows an activity. Now here it says that I could start my review of the Magic of Writing. So what I would do is I would just open up my version of the Magic of Writing in here. I'll just go ahead and open it up here. And I would take an excerpt of the book and basically copy and paste that in. And again, I'm not going to rate it. I am just leaving a small excerpt of the book for people to read. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's a way for people to preview a little bit about the magic of writing, and so that way it helps to essentially sell. It may help you sell more copies of the book. It certainly doesn't hurt to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go into here, and here we go. We've got, this one section. I'm just going to go ahead and grab from chapter 1. And what I've done is I'm just going ahead and grabbing a small thing here of the book. We're going to go ahead and close this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to click write a review. And I'll go ahead and choose shelves and magic. And I'll say an excerpt. Magic of writing. And go here. And I'm just going to make sure that there's a little bit of white space. And boom. And also, there we go. There we go. So this gives people a chance to read a little bit of the book. I'm going to go ahead and post. I'm not rating it. And it's added to my update feed. So that means that it'll show up on my friend, as it says here, on your friends' home pages, or be sent out in friends' update. So this is just kind of a way to let people know, like, what you've been working on, or in this case, and so this happens whenever you review a book. In this case, I'm doing it with one of my own books. But again, I'm not rating it. Now, you might say, well, can you really do that, Taylor? And the answer is yes. So far, I've done this, and I have not had any pushback from Goodreads in any way, shape, or form. It helps that I'm not rating it. So again, you don't want to rate it. You just want to include an excerpt. And the reason you're doing that is because you are basically providing this bit of information so that if people come, they can actually see that excerpt and read it, and that may make them more inclined to buy it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and so I'm going to go ahead, one like this, I'm going to go ahead and like it, and I'm going to leave a comment and just say, thank you for the review, Bill. I'm glad you found it. I'm glad you found the exploration of writing. Glad you found the exploration of writing to be interesting. Interesting. Helpful. Boom. There you go. And I leave a comment there. This one, I'm going to go ahead and just like it. It's, the only, I'll admit, I don't particularly like the first line of this this review, but whatever. You can't expect that everyone who reviews it is going to like it, and so there it goes. And I might also even not like it, because I don't know if I want to really call attention. And this is a good example of where, like, this one and this review, I wouldn't necessarily like these, because even though they're somewhat good reviews, they're also they're calling attention to things the person didn't like as well. And so I don't know if I really want to call attention to that. So that's another thing to remember, that just because you get a 4-star doesn't mean that you necessarily want to like it. You want to read the review before you go ahead and like something. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and like this one and this one and all the rest of these. And then what I'll do is comment on the ones that are worth are worth commenting on. Now, some of these too, you can't like some of these, so you keep that in mind. And then, of course, you can see here that what people are reading or whatnot. So again, why are we doing this? Well, to recap, the reason why we're doing this is because By commenting on and liking the reviews that other people have left, what you're doing is you're calling attention to those reviews to people that are following you or to people who come to that page. It shows them that you're interactive on here. Now, I know some people would say, well, you shouldn't comment on reviews. And my response to that would be, you definitely don't want to comment on negative reviews because then you're just getting into a fight with the person and it's not worth it. But I think it's okay to comment on positive reviews, because then it just shows that you're interacting with people and that you appreciate the review. And again, it's a way to kind of draw attention to the book to people who might otherwise, who might be checking out, because when you're updating it, it's not just that your friends are seeing it, but they're if they comment on something or whatever else, they might see it as well. Again, this doesn't have to take a lot of time. Like I'm basically going in and doing one book a day at this point, and I'll probably slow it down a bit more as time goes on. I mean, my goal ultimately is to be on Goodreads maybe once or twice a week, and that's it. Whether I'm leaving a review of a book that I've written or that I've read, um, an actual review in the case of the books I've read, or if I'm liking or something like that. You don't want to put too much time into it, but again, this is one of those cases where you can use this as a way to help you leverage some of the marketing that you're doing for your books. And it's a way to turn the site into something that's a little more interactive, at least for you and for your readers, because you've actually created some type of interaction here. Okay, that's it for this week's video. We're going to cover more features in next week's video. And in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click subscribe and then click on the notification bell so that way you get notified when I upload or go live. All right, take care and have a great